Well, good morning, everybody. This is my second attempt at making this video on the Massimo MSU 850 EPS. I made a video yesterday. It was about 48 minutes long. It was too big for the file to transfer, and I can't figure out how to transfer the file to my computer. It's there, but the computer sees it, but it won't download it. So I tried a different method. It didn't work. So I'm going to try to make a shorter video. So here we go. Let's dive right in. All right. This is a 850. It's 800 cc's. It's a twin cylinder, and it's very peppy. And I'll try not to compare too much to the other side-by-side we got, which is a 760. I may slip, but I'll try to just do this one. I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like about it. First of all, the dealer I bought it from is right here. So that's West Central Power Sports. If you're interested in a machine like this, good and bad things about it, but if you're interested in it, give Kyle a call or Deb, and they can get you set up on getting a machine like this in West Central Illinois. And if that doesn't work for you, you can try to find a dealer closer. Okay, it's got a big heavy brush guard on the front. It came with a wire rope. I converted the wire rope to a synthetic rope, and I put this soft shackle on. I guess I should say, before I get too far into this, anything you do at your own risk. I have a pretty good working knowledge of mechanical stuff. I don't know everything, but I know a lot. And so do anything that I've done here at your own risk. I've ordered some wheel spacers for this, 2 inches to set the wheels out. We'll see how that works. Let me shut the door here. And you can look down this and see how much further the rear wheels stick out than the front wheels. It's got some understeer on it, and with the rear wheels, they're basically, it's like a solid rear axle pushing all the time, almost like posi traction. It seems to slide the front end. A little bit of understeer is what I would call it. So I'm going to move these tires out 2 inches and make them more in line with the rear tires. The tires are 26.9-12 on the front and 26.10-12 on the back. I've got it running here so that you can hear it. All the side-by-sides that I checked, they seem to be loud to me. I think if you want a real quiet one, you either got to put something extra on with the exhaust or get an electric one, whatever. But anyway, it is peppy, but it's loud. They're both loud, and they vibrate a little bit. See that on this window here, how that's vibrating? If I close the windshield down, that'll stop that vibrating. And I'm going to be all over the place, so just bear with me. That stopped the vibration quite a bit. I cut this out with a body saw because the steering wheel is not adjustable. And if you don't cut that out, your fingers will hit up here. And I got to trim this a little bit, but I suggest if it's warm out and you're just driving around, have this windshield up to get more airflow through there. But it comes standard with the front bumper, front winch, front camera, this basket, high and low beam headlights, 4-way flashers. Up top is the light bar and that guard for the light bar. If you don't like that, you can put a different one on. I'm planning on putting at least 2 more lights back here up top. I'll drill that, put brackets on it, probably just hook it into the light bar. It did not come with the rear view mirror. I put the rear view mirror on myself. The side mirrors come with it. There's 2 different types of side mirrors. They come with 2 extra sets of them in the glove box. Depending on where you live, it's probably street legal when you buy it, but check your local ordinances. Let's see here. I can probably shut this off now. I'll at least turn it off here. Well, I'll show you the screen. Everything on this one's done off the touch screen. It'll go in kilometers or miles per hour. I got 21 miles on it. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. It does take a while for the screen to load up. So if you're an impatient person, it may not be quite what you want. But let me just shut this off shut the engine off. And I'll show you, this is the dump bed. It's got see how much quieter that is? But it's very quiet. The dump bed is. It's got a electric ram deal on there. There's a name for that. But anyway, you can see that goes up and down. And it is very slow, so you can make minor adjustments to it up and down pretty easily. And there's that. The steel flatbed, it is a flatbed, but there is a problem with it if you want to run it down the road with the sides down, because the sides will come down. They come down easily, these pins, but they'll hit on the tires. So you don't want to be running very far down the road with this flopping around, hitting on there. You can take these cotter pins out and take the sides and the tailgate off and just run it as a true flatbed if you want. Okay. The stickers that came with it were crap. I ended up pulling most of the stickers off. It's got about a 7-gallon fuel tank, weighs 1,200 pounds, give or take. Empty. I think the rating on this is pretty low, in my opinion, of what it says it can haul. Haul 2 passengers. Door handles are up here. And you open that, and here's what it says. The gross vehicle weight rating is 785 kilograms, and the max loading is 150 kilograms, which is a little over 300 pounds. I would think you could haul more than that in the back. I think towing on this is 1,500. This seat comes up, and the fuel cell's underneath here. They are bucket seats. They are adjustable. There's a little knob that you take off right there. You can see that. You take that knob out, and then you can actually take the seat and the bracket all the way off. The engine is right under here. They've crammed all kinds of stuff into this machine. I think what they tried to do is make like an all-around utility vehicle that's still got some pep to it. It does have taillights. Both turn signals work, left, right. 4-way flashers work. It did not come with the hitch. It comes with the receiver, but the hitch we bought at Harbor Freight, they're like 20 bucks. The exhaust, I haven't ever seen exhaust quite like that. That appears to be stainless to me, but it's got just that open port there. And that's different from anything else I've seen. Rear camera, there's lots of cables and stuff coming from here. There's a few connectors, like you see that little white connector up in there. It doesn't have a cover on it. This is for the rear camera right there. Check all that stuff if you buy one to make sure that it's not hanging where it's going to get caught on something. It's got some grease zerks down in there. One up here. I haven't greased it yet. The other machine we got squeaked quite a bit. But we washed it too after I went out mudding, and it I think what happens is silicone or lubrication or whatever that's in there kind of washes out. I don't love all the welding on this. I think they could have done a better job on it, but it should hold. But some of the welds just look like crap. They really do. Let's see. The tires. Oh, let me talk about the tires. It says like 36 pounds. Do not exceed 36 pounds to seat the bead. Well, they're rated for 7 pounds. Like 400 pounds capacity per tire at 7 psi. And each of these 4 tires had over 20 pounds in it. So make sure that you check your tire pressure if you get one of these. This is something I don't like. There's no cover really, to keep stuff from getting thrown up on those lights if you go out mudding. I may put a mud flap on there or something. They do have a little rubber grommet in there, which are supposed to be sealed, but I can see those tail lights getting covered with mud and it being a problem at some point. All right. It's got these side guards here on it. Again, the bucket seat belts. That knob, again, you pull the knob, you unthread the knob, and you can take the whole seat out. And the battery and some electronics sit underneath the seat. It's got a 300 amp, like a lawnmower battery in there. I may convert that to something bigger later. On the other machine that we got, I put an extra battery in there, but we'll get to that later. Here's your parking brake, regular foot brake, accelerator. The key switch is right here on the side of the column. The four-way flashers are here. The winch in and out is here, and I do want to convert that to a remote. I'm a big believer in having a remote for your winch so you can see what you're doing, like if you're standing out front, whatever. Here's the two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. The four-wheel drive, you push that button in, and that'll engage the front. Then you move this lever over and push the button, and it pops up, and that'll engage your front differential lock. From all things I've seen, the rear end is locked in all the time. So if you're on turf or something, these tires are pretty aggressive. It'll tear some stuff up. But when I took the 20 pounds tire pressure out, it doesn't leave as big of a track as what it did before. The windshield, when I got it, I had to adjust these rams. I had to move it from here down to here. And I put some nylon locking nuts on here. These are super, super tight. So definitely be very careful if you're adjusting these shocks and stuff, and have good wrenches on there that don't slip or you'll bust your knuckles. I had to adjust this bracket here. It was twisted. The windshield on this is kind of flimsy. I mean, it holds up okay, but compared to the other one, it's not as good. The basket, like I said, comes standard. The mirrors come standard. The top comes standard. The light bar comes standard with the protection bars on it. The side doors come standard, and the latches are over here instead of here, like on the other machine. And again, you're running everything off your screen. There's no instrument cluster up here again, and the steering wheel's not adjustable. The shifter on this goes straight up and straight down. It goes low, high, neutral, reverse, and park. And the emergency brake on this locks both the rear wheels on both sides, whereas the other machine we got actually has like a disc, like on a Polaris parking brake, I think, where it actually has like a brake caliper that locks down. And I'll tell you what, they both grab pretty good. Let's see. You'll have to talk to your dealer about whatever final price they're going to give you, but I think the price point on this is about $13,500, give or take. The other one was about the same money. I got a snow plow for this. I got a snow plow for the other one, 60-inch, and I think they're going to work out great. They do put off a lot of heat. They're loud. The steel bed rattles. I did get some undercoating to put on the bed to help deaden the sound a little bit. I haven't done that yet, but I do have it. It'll, like I said, this machine will get right up and go. It pulls good. And let's see, we'll give another shot here on this sticker from the dealer where I bought it. Unpaid endorsement, of course. There you go, West Central Power Sports. And there's the number. Trying to think of what else. I'm just running through this really quickly. On the winch on the front, if you change this over to synthetic rope, which is what I like to do. I don't like running the cables because they have little stickers that come out of the cable and stick through your hand. They coil up, they kink on you, they spaghetti when you let the spool out. The rope was like 20 bucks. The fair lead right there, that Salmon, it was like 10 bucks. The rear view mirror was like 20 bucks. And I ordered the wrong size bracket, so I put a couple stainless steel hose clamps on there to hold the rear view mirror on. And you want to put it in front of the driver's seat above the steering wheel, and you'll be able to see behind you just fine. Originally, I had it in the middle. You don't want it there. If the driver's one needs to see behind him, usually you want to put it in front of the driver's seat. Let's see. I'll get into more of the maintenance stuff later, but this is the top access hatch for the motor. The motor sits right here, which is another reason why it's loud. And then this whole cover can come off. The dealer put some sound deadening stuff in here for me, but they put out a tremendous amount of heat. It uses, for an oil filter, it uses a cartridge type, paper type filter. You drain the oil out of the bottom, and I haven't done it yet, but I know how to do it. I talked to the mechanic at the shop, and he showed me how to do it. There's a plate on the side. You take a couple bolts out, take that plate off after you've drained most of your oil out. Take the filter out, put a new filter in, put that plate back on, then put your oil in. Like I said, this thing, because the steering wheel isn't able to tilt, very, very tight here between the windshield and your fingers. So I cut that out. I hate to do it on a brand new machine, but I did it so that, especially if you're wearing gloves, but there's room to turn your steering wheel here. The roll bars go across the top and across the side. I looked at a bunch of different machines, and this one was several $1,000s less with a lot of stuff already included on it. So that's why I went with this one. And the other one, actually I bought first the orange one. And I'll tell you, when I compare them, you'll see it. It's like comparing an apple to an orange. Yes, they're both fruit, but they're set up differently. So what I really like about them, well, the price was good. Comes with almost all the accessories that I want to begin with. The other one has some things I like better than this one, and this one has some things I like better than the other one. So I guess you got to decide what you want. The snowplow brackets on this were already welded to the frame. The other one, I had to mount the snowplow brackets, and they're a pain in the butt. The plow itself is pretty decent, but the brackets are a pain in the butt to mount. So top speed on this is like 55. I don't intend to drive it that fast. I've had it up 30, 35 out at the farm, but it's a good little utility machine and fairly compact. It's 10.5 feet, believe it or not, 10.5 feet long and about 5 foot wide. And like I said, it weighs about 1,200 pounds empty, and you can hold 7 gallons of fuel. So 7 times 8 is 56, so about 50 pounds of fuel. If you got 2 riders in there, say 200 pounds apiece, now you're up to about 1,500 pounds on there, and then whatever you're going to haul in the back. The manual is not very good for this or the snowplow, so there's some things that you just got to find out for yourself. And this being a 2023, there's not a whole lot of information out about the 2023s that I could find on YouTube, but hopefully this will help somebody who's looking at it. You can get a bunch of different color choices, but the only thing that changes is this is all black. The bed is black, but you change this color, and this matches my Yamaha Grizzly. It's the same color on my Yamaha Grizzly, so I got this one. It worked out okay, but this was the only one that they had in stock at the time. And I made a deal with the dealer, and I said, if we can come to some kind of agreement, I'll just take it home with me, because I had the truck and the trailer with me. And so we made a deal and took it home. So anyway, if you have any questions, put it in the comments, and thanks for watching.